Hello everyone, I'm gonna try to debunk a video and criticize a video that TYT did on Emma Sulkowicz, also known as the Mattress girl. And let me just screen share and we can start this so you can see. So let's start this.
We all remember the Columbia University anti-rape activist who lugged her mattress from class to class in protest of the school's rape policy. Well, she just released a new controversial sex video that she's calling an art piece. You're seeing a screenshot of the video here. Unfortunately, we can't show you the video because it's extremely explicit, but Emma Sulkowicz is seen whimpering in pain and protest in the disturbing footage as an anonymous man slaps her, chokes her, and rips off his condom before seemingly forcing her into having rough sex in a dorm room. Now, the 8-minute clip of the consensual sex turning violent is Sulkowicz's newest performance art piece titled "This Is Not Rape."
I wouldn't really call it rape, it's more than a porn, but to each his own, yeah.
Sulkowicz explained the video in more depth. Everything that takes place in the following video is consensual, but may resemble rape. It is not a reenactment, but may seem like one. Further, she states, "You might be wondering why I've made myself this vulnerable. Look, I want to change the world, and that begins with you seeing yourself."
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, Cenk Uygur couldn't have put it any better. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah.
Okay, I am 1,000,000% against her. So
Really?
yes,
I'm interested in this. I'm still on the fence about this.
Okay, so we're gonna have different perspectives, and so that's really interesting. So initially, she said that she was raped, but that's only after she had a conversation with her other friends, who also went out with that same guy, and they're like,
yeah. So she had a conversation with her friends, and then she told her he raped her. Huh? Why aren't you going to the fucking police? That's the first thing someone should do. Now I get it. Women are afraid going to the police because it's a terrible thing if someone actually allegedly here got raped. But you can't go around just slandering someone and saying he raped you without any proof.
I think he was kind of rough with me. And then she's like, oh, yeah, there was this one incident that I didn't like a couple of months into our relationship. I continued to date him for a couple of months. And then Columbia had a trial, went through the proceedings, and decided that he was not guilty. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. So, no proof, nothing to convict the guy. He's innocent. There's nothing tying him to a rape, and there's no proof of this. So yeah, let's continue.
Okay. Now, we don't know right or wrong, and I remember covering this at the time, and we were split on it. We're like, ooh, that's a little tough. And then she outed his name. But wait, now, they had the proceeding, and according to the proceeding, you're not supposed to say his name.
Yeah, so that's not allowed. So let me get this straight. The guy, she alleges him of rape, and then he gets free. He's found not guilty. And yet she still continues and says his name. So who's really the asshole here?
Especially if he's found not guilty. And then she started to carry around the mattress as the one I was raped on. And I was like, oof, now it seems like there's a lot of like, look at me, look at me.
Ding, 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 ding. I think he hit the nail on the head. It's for attention.
If you really were raped, you get to do whatever you want, and you're drawing attention to it because you want to draw attention to what a horrible situation that is. Okay, but now when you do this, I go back to the earlier story and say it's not even close. No.
Yeah. I mean, TYT has been known to have an agenda, but I have to praise Cenk here for his common sense here. So let's continue.
She's all about, look at me, look at me. This makes no fucking sense at all. Look at me get raped on video.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
video, but it's not rape. It's not a reenactment, but it's art. What the fuck is that? So all right, so I'm obviously
could not put it better myself. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Emotional about it.
Disagree.
All right,
I
so
completely disagree. So I think in this video, what she's saying is, so it's not a reenactment, but she's showing us a case that is maybe similar. So they engage in a sexual act that is consensual at first, but then turns violent. Once you start saying no, you could be in the middle of sex, it's rape. Once the girl starts saying, you know what, no, I don't want this, that is rape. And so,
well, we all agree to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did she actually say that during her intercourse with this guy? Because the courts didn't find anything wrong with this, so this is all goddamn speculation.
How does this video show that?
So I think what she's doing, because she started wanting, she realized, wait, I did say no, and her ex-girlfriends are saying this too. Yeah, there is a word for what's happening and why I feel this way, and that's why she did the mattress thing. And I don't think she felt that she was getting I guess proper, like, you know, I guess proper response from the university. And so
no, they responded the right way. The goddamn thing went to court, and he was found not fucking guilty.
So she made this video because people don't understand, and so she's saying, here, if you need to see it to believe it, this is what it looks like, and this is why it's called rape. And what she's referencing by—
I think most people know what fucking rape is. I'm sorry for swearing, but I mean, goddamn. I mean, any normal person would see if some male or female is getting fucking raped. Do they actually have to see something on because of this sex tape? Is this revealing everything because no one knows what rape is? Bull fucking shit.
Calling it "this is not a rape" is that art piece, you know, the art piece that says like "this is not a pipe," but it says it in French, and it's supposed to be ironic because obviously it is a pipe. And so that's why she's saying this is not a rape, just like that art piece says this is not a pipe, even though it is a pipe, and that's why it's labeled that way.
But she's having the actual sex. The guy is slapping her, the guy is choking her, we're doing all this stuff.
So it starts out as consensual, and then it turns violent, and that's when she starts saying no, and that's when she starts
says no in the video.
She's taping this. I think that that what she wrote, saying everything that takes place in the following video is consensual, but may resemble rape, is that she agreed with this actor ahead of time that they were going to film this thing. So even though she's saying no, she made it explicitly
But then that
clear.
also makes it more.
So let me get this straight. It's consensual, but during the video she says no. So technically, isn't she getting raped in her own video? I mean, if that's the logic behind this, isn't she actually getting raped, or is it consensual? Does it like? I'm confused because. Yeah.
Confusing.
It is confusing.
And then what is
unfortunately.
and then you confuse the point, which is dangerous, right? And so
ding ding ding, it's yeah, it's fucking confusing, and she's diluting the point she's trying to make.
A huge problem I have with her is I guarantee you that 98 out of 100 guys that look at this go, oh yeah, you see that? Okay, like it's all bullshit. No, I'm sorry, not 98 out of 100 say it's all bullshit, not remotely, but don't like this. They think this is bullshit. And then I'm afraid that a smaller percentage of guys are going to go, next time there's a rape, they're going to be like, oh yeah, remember that like Columbia chick, remember the Duke stories? Ah, it's all bullshit,
well,
right?
Yeah, exactly, because after her own definition and the definition these two women are using, she actually got raped in that video, even though it was consensual. So yeah, so people are gonna say that's bullshit.
So I think it does great damage to rape victims.
This is not
exactly. They're actually damaging the reputation, or actually women who have been raped, and she's shitting all over this. She's ruining the credibility of actual rape victims.
for guys. This video is not for guys. This video is
except it'll be viewed almost exclusively by guys.
Whether that's true or not, the intention of
whether that's true or not, isn't that the whole fucking point?
This video, and whether you agree with it or you don't. And again, I think that the way that I'm looking at this story is in a vacuum. I'm trying to not look at the context around, you know, if this is an art.
So isn't context the whole deal this was made? Well, why doesn't the context I mean, that's the whole fucking thing. The whole tape was made, isn't it? I mean, ignoring the whole context is ignorant.
Piece, art exists in and of itself. You can inform yourself about the artist. You can inform yourself about all of the things leading up to, and it'll give you a more complex look at the art. But many people who have art in their homes observe art in a vacuum. They look at it and they say, what does this do to me? How does this inspire me? What does it tell me? And if she intended to make this video to raise awareness of the fact that there's a kind of a type of rape out there that starts—
Type of rape? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Rape is rape, not any kind of rape. Either you rape or you don't. I mean, they're conflating the fucking term of rape. Jesus Christ. Be consistent, for God's sake.
It's out consensual and halfway through becomes unconsensual.
Exactly.
And women feel pressured not to leave, not to get, you know, whatever the case may be, because of the coercion. He's physically larger. It's harder to get out from under him, whatever the case may be.
Is there any example of this happening? I would like to see it, because I feel that this is just taken out of their ass. And it seems like, most women don't want to continue. I mean, state your fucking source of this shit.
The fact that she's drawing attention to that, that's a good thing. I do agree, though, that this is a very complicated issue, and a lot of people who
I like the look of Zhang's face here, honestly, and Ben here. He's being silent the whole time, so I find it just a little bit hilarious.
Read this article and who watch the art piece are going to be like, I'm more confused than I was at the beginning. Is this good or bad? And so because of that, maybe she didn't go about it the best way.
I don't believe her.
I believe she's a bad person.
I don't believe her intent in this video. I believe her intent in this video is, look at me, I'm Emma, I'm an artist. Oh yeah, art. Yeah, me, yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Cenk again gets it. To me, as someone looking at this, it seems like it's getting attention, because there's no basis or fact that she got actually raped, and she's doing it for the attention.
Oh, what happened to me was so tragic. Let's do it again on tape.
Okay. But okay, that being said, even if you think that way, I know, which is like Hannah's having a hard time. Even if you do think that way, and even if there's a part of her intrinsic personality, I'm saying if that is exhibitionist, that makes her want to do that, don't you think that the core reasoning behind that is trauma?
Yes.
Don't you think that
this is alleged trauma, because he got fucking off scot-free. He's not guilty. By the court of law, you can't speculate with that shit. That's slander. Because you don't fucking know. Well, and the court decided he's not guilty, so there is no trauma.
Down from something terrible that happened to her.
Everybody has different ways of coping, and so this is her way. And not only is she trying to cope in this way that maybe you don't agree with, which is one thing,
this is kind of the worst way to cope with that stuff. Go to a psychologist or anything. Just try to, if this actually happened. But according to the courts, again, he was not guilty.
Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, that's how she can cope however she wants.
I don't believe her. You guys keep saying cope as if she actually got raped. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. Small applause to Cenk.
Who are you?
So but wait. Who are you guys to say she did get raped?
Because she said
ding, 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 ding. Again. I mean, I have to stop this because he's getting the bingo every second now.
An adjudication. No, bullshit. Bullshit. A lot of people say no. Saying you got raped doesn't mean you got raped.
Hallelujah. Are you hearing this? Because he's debunking listen and believe. Because this woman is saying she got raped, and it's been debunked by the courts, and those two women are actually continuing with this shit. So let's continue.
There's a trial. There's an adjudication.
Do you think women want to say they got raped? Do you think?
No.
That's
Do you
like
think that every person who has said they got raped actually got raped?
No, but
do you
it's
think?
not.
Ding 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 ding. So he's hitting the nail on the head again. Do you think every person who claim they've been raped has actually been raped? If so, they should be tested with a rape kit, and the guy should be going to jail. Same with females who rape men.
100%.
If 99% of them did, then I'm going to err on the side of caution. And I'll tell you what.
I do not. I'm an American. I try people. I don't assume because somebody said something that it's absolutely true.
Exactly. Don't assume. No with facts.
Cenk,
look, rape is hideous, but you guys are making it. You guys are belittling it by saying everyone who makes an accusation is by definition correct.
No,
that is not true.
Nobody said that here. What we said
that's
is that
kind of what you guys said.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Because you're saying she has trauma and she's coping by doing this video. And that sounds a lot to me that she got raped. And the guy is lying, and the courts are siding with him, or are biased and siding with him for no reason at all. That's what you're saying. Without any basis in reality, you have no facts to back this shit up except her fucking word.
You know how difficult it is to prosecute rape. You know how many false.
No, it's not. If you have evidence, they get convicted. If you have evidence and facts to back this up, if you have eyewitnesses, if you have actual DNA from this guy, if you have actually photos and seeing she got actually beat or something like that, she has damages. I think it's very easy to find out if someone is raped or not.
False positives and false negatives there are when you prosecute rape. You know that.
I just have to also stop here, just to inform those who are watching and don't know Cenk. He used to be an attorney, so they're actually saying to an attorney he doesn't know how a rape, sexual assault man or woman who did the sexual assault is actually getting sentenced. That's what they're implying here as well.
We can't only rely on the record of the courts, and that many women never get to make it to trial. And if one woman is saying, I got raped and this is how I'm going to cope with it, I don't see anywhere in this article the name of that man. That man is not outed in this article.
No, she outed him early. She absolutely positively outed him after he was adjudicated to be innocent.
That may be true.
Exactly. He is innocent. And if there aren't any, oh God, I don't have to repeat myself. If the court doesn't have any fucking evidence, what happened to innocent until proven guilty? Whatever happened to that shit?
Or not guilty within Colombia.
But within the context to be innocent, then you think that
may be true, but within the context of this video,
no, I don't.
Irrelevant.
No. Let's be clear. Are you right that there's 1,000 ways to get away with a rape, and that makes all of us incredibly angry? That injustice, absolutely. Do some men? So
he's not actually against rapists getting convicted. So, yeah.
Who were adjudicated not guilty, did they actually do it? Absolutely, and it's so hard to prove. Okay, so we've got these burdens, and we got to get past these to get to justice, right? But not every person who says they were raped were actually raped. We do need a process. We need a process to determine guilt, right?
Of course.
Yeah, and that process is a burden of proof. You need to prove that this woman or this guy who got raped actually got raped.
In this case, we had a process. It was determined the kid didn't do it, okay? So now she takes it in her own hands and says he did do it, and then she carries around the mattress so the whole world says, him. He's a rapist, he's a rapist, he's a rapist. And now she does a video where she has sex on tape, going, hello, I'm Emma, the world, see me, and then says, okay, it's this guy, it's this guy. I think it is enormously unfair to that guy.
Exactly, because yeah, that's what's actually happening here. I couldn't have actually said it better myself. I'm just gonna hear what these women have to say about this shit.
Here's that she outed the guy, and I have a problem with that too. But I'm able to separate.
Oh! You can actually see that's a problem. Oh, okay.
These two things in my mind and say that this video could potentially have impact, and I don't see anything wrong with doing this video because she doesn't out the guy in the video. Right. There's no evidence that she mentions the guy's name and that it's attached to.
She did earlier. Jesus fucking Christ. His name is already out there. Just think in the future. She outed him, and every time he searches for a job or anything like that, those people most likely know that he was accused of rape. You don't think that's gonna factor in just a tiny bit?
Well, we already know she outed him, Kara. We already know that.
You can't, you're looking at it in a vacuum.
But she can still but that's what I said before, is that I'm looking at it in a vacuum.
That's what I'm saying, because you said that, and that's a totally justified way to look at it, but it's also justified to look at the context that we do have. You know, I think context in looking at art and talking about anything is incredibly important.
I think it can help, but you don't have to.
I think it's a fair point.
It could also hurt.
Let's pretend.
Hold on real quick.
Yeah, it can also hurt.
I think that it's what part of what Cenk is saying, not entirely what Cenk is saying. But part of what he's saying is that the context that he has, this latest piece of art that she is putting forward, undermines her credibility on her previous claim. And that is...
Yeah, that's what he's saying. And these two women are arguing that simple argument.
Is a...
Just because
is that
he has a problem with the way that she's presenting herself.
But is it fair for someone to see that piece of art and think that it undermines the artist's credibility?
Completely, yeah, right, I understand that. Of course.
Yeah, so you finally get this now, huh?
That's fair. Yeah. To say that her credibility is undermined is a fair opinion. To say that because...
So why have you been arguing this for 10 fucking minutes then?
Because of that, you know that she didn't get raped?
No, I'm not saying that. So let's be very clear about this. No, let's be very clear about this. Look, looking at it from the outside, I have a lot of doubts about her story.
Sure.
Partly because 3 months later, or however many months later, she goes, oh yeah, after I talked to my girlfriends, that sex act that we had many months ago, and then I had many sex acts with him afterwards, I've decided in hindsight, I didn't quite like, okay?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Instead of just going to the police after she felt uncomfortable and said should have said it was rape, it went months, and she had multiple intercourse, it seems, with the guy. And then when she talked to her friends, she just said, oh, he raped me.
But this happens to women in third world
dubious,
countries
and I will be on the record as saying I'm enormously dubious of that. But my opinion on that is irrelevant because it was already adjudicated. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. He is not fucking guilty. You can argument back and forth as much as you want. He's innocent.
Okay, and the people who saw all of the evidence, not the partial evidence that we said the kid is not guilty. So
ding, 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 ding.
Now we are going to overturn that without seeing the evidence and assume he is.
We're not assuming he is. None of us are assuming that he's not guilty. What we're assuming is that if this woman has any history at all in her life, whether it had to do with that man or any other man, if she has any emotional resonance with the idea of aggression, rape, dominance, anything like that, she has every right to make a piece of art and to stand behind it, regardless of if it has anything to do with this one man. And I agree wholeheartedly that there should be actually legal consequences for outing an innocent person who should be protected by the law.
Oh, really now?
Because you can't undo that. I know this. Look at, I mean, I talk about this all the time in science. Like, look at Andrew Wakefield and the vaccine stuff. You can't undo.
He could sue her.
He could sue her.
Yeah.
But I mean, perhaps there's no criminal
consequences. But then that's going to be a bigger story, and his name's going to be all over the papers.
Exactly. Perhaps he doesn't want that. He just wants to be left alone.
Right.
And you know what's going to happen? A certain percentage of the country is going to assume he's a rapist for the rest of his life.
And I agree.
Exactly. He's gonna be labeled a rapist, and he's gonna have big trouble just getting a fucking job.
That's a huge bummer, but I think that what we sometimes make a mistake of doing in the media is inflating these kinds of stories so that they seem to overrepresent the issue. And the truth of the matter is that these kinds of stories where a man is found innocent and where his name is, you know, put out in the press and he becomes kind of victimized by that, which is really sad, is such a small percentage of the outcomes of rape trials.
Oh, so can you actually back that up with a source? I would like to see that. That it's such a tiny percentage. I would like to see that that's source of your claim there.
That I would hate to make that synonymous with how we feel about rape culture in this country. I think it's
rape culture. That's what this is about. It's rape culture. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. There we have the feminism going, oh God. So there's a rape culture. You claim that there's a small percent of sorry about that, my dog. So a small percentage of men being accused falsely without actually proving or providing a source for this, and then you say there's a rape culture. I mean, if you guys know Insensitive Bastard here on YouTube, I gave him several links of the city I live in. Just the 2-3 years ago, all the articles of men being falsely accused, and those weren't few. So I would like to see this claim of hers that it's just such a tiny percentage. But let's go on with this so-called rape culture.
Something Fox News does all the time, and I think it's something that I try to fight against.
But Kara, that's actually exactly my point about this.
Mm-hmm.
So my point isn't like, hey, this is no big deal. My point is you've taken the least convincing case of rape that I've seen in the news in a long, long time. And
we also have the UVA case of somebody falsely accusing. And that's another case that's not getting mentioned here. But if it's such a small thing, why is that also a case? So, yeah.
She's now made a national case about it as if this is what normally the issue is.
But
this is not normally the issue where someone carries around a mattress, outs people who have been adjudicated to be not guilty.
Yeah, he's hitting the nail on the head. Bingo, Yahtzee.
Etc. Most of the time, rape culture is enormously real, enormously damaging.
That's the point
has
of
to be
activism.
This is a terrible way of fighting back against
I know, but that's what activism does.
Right.
Activism is almost always on one extreme end. Activism is always trying to draw attention to the issue.
Where's the activism in this? Because it seems like to me that it's just for attention.
Issues in a way that's abnormal, so that the people whose voices can't be heard are kind of
that's bullshit.
represented.
But I think she's hurting their voices.
She may be a bad representative for
watches this and then thinks, wait, that is rape, where I say no because it's gotten violent, even though I consented to start, and then I decided, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not comfortable with this. That it's bringing light to this, whether or not you agree she was raped or not. It's still bringing light to that. And it's still important that people are seeing this and realizing that facet of rape.
And
because
I think
most
you're
rapes
both right.
aren't like jumping out of the bush and attacking you.
You're
Most
both
of
right.
them are
This
rape,
could help
like
people.
a boyfriend or a
That's
date.
a good point.
This could definitely help young women who don't understand or.
I would like to see if this actually helps women. Yeah, that's a big claim as well.
Who have been victimized by this and haven't seen somebody speak about it. There's no doubt about it that this could help a lot of people. At the same time, it could hurt a lot of people, because if it turns out to be true that this woman is crying rape and she is,
for fuck's sake. The court found him not guilty, for fuck's sake. And she outed him. She outed his name. What more proof do you fucking need? And even this video, after he got scot-free, Jesus.
Wasn't ultimately raped. She could be kind of losing. She could be undoing a movement that actually needs to be gaining steam. So because of that, I think that
Jack's point. That she's
exactly.
I think that badly needs.
You're both right. I think if we take a step back, this issue is bigger than Emma Sulkowicz, and so.
Well, yeah, but you're the one with the whole rape culture claim.
If we look at it and say larger than Emma Sulkowicz, what this represents is an important issue. I think we would all agree about that.
I wonder if we're going to be, as an artist now, I wonder, because it's now twice that she, like, I wonder if we're going to be hearing, it'd be interesting to know in 25 years whether we're still examining the art of Emma Sulkowicz.
Something tells me that this is going to go away very quickly. That this is not going to be art that lives in the halls of the Getty anytime soon.
Yeah, well, that might be the case, but she's going to want the spotlight again. Okay, that's me being my personal opinion on it. But last note of caution: don't assume you know what happened in that room based on the little evidence that we have. I obviously have my suspicions. I was incredibly honest about them. But remember, the only people that kind of know are the people who knew all the evidence and looked at that case at Columbia. Okay, so you weren't in that room. I wasn't in that room. None of us were in that room.
The only people who really know are her and
the
him.
guy. Right.
Yes.
That's the truth of it.
So yeah, that's my criticism about this video. I think it's total and utter BS, the whole thing, and I hope she gets sued, even though it's probably not something he wants. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and see you guys next time. Bye.